For that man out there who is struggling with his sexual purity, this video is for you. 2 Timothy chapter 2, starting in verse 20. In a wealthy home, some utensils are made of gold and silver, and some are made of wood and clay. The expensive utensils are used for special occasions, and the cheap ones are for everyday use. If you keep yourself pure, you will be a special utensil for honorable use. Your life will be clean, and you will be ready for the master to use you for every good work. Run from anything that stimulates youthful lusts. Instead, pursue righteous living, faithfulness, love, and peace. Enjoy the companionship of those who call on the Lord with pure hearts. In the battle for your manhood, you have to ask yourself this question. Do I want to be the utensil made of wood and clay, or in modern times, a plastic fork? Or do I want to be the fork made of gold that is prepared and ready to be used by God? One of the most convicting things that the Lord spoke into my life when it comes to sexual sin was really about calling and purpose and the sacrifice of that. The honor you sacrifice in that sin. And so this is what I want you to do. The next time you get tempted sexually, I want you to take a pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself this question. Is what you're being tempted to do, which is going to last a few seconds, worth sacrificing your calling and your purpose? We live in a world of instant gratification. And instant gratification is for boys. Men of God, we think about the future. So if you're a single man, you need to start thinking, what kind of husband do I want to be? What kind of father do I want to be? Oh, that's convicting. Do I want to be the kind of father who is doing that thing in the room next to my son? You have to ask yourself, is that the kind of man that I want to be for my wife? You need to start thinking about those things, because when you are in that moment of temptation, being tempted to masturbate, being tempted to watch the pornography, and you start thinking, what am I sacrificing? It's convicting. You know, for me, what I did is I put on one of the walls in my apartment, I put a little sign, and I wrote and I said, do not sacrifice your calling and purpose for 1 second of pleasure. So, you know, you might need to do that to remind yourself, right? Again, like I said, a boy, he's all about instant gratification and what feels good now. But a man, he's saying no to something now because he wants to say yes to something else in the future. Start thinking about the future and be a man.